Real boxing knowledge too. This is yours truly, RBK, and the great Antonio Norman is in the building. We got a good show today, folks. We got the fight night from Amir and Brook last night. We've got Canelo Alvarez and all the disinformation campaign that's been going on. We don't know if we coming or going. We got rumors flying around that Canelo is positive for clenbuterol again. We're going to put a hole in all of that. Shakur Stevenson is looking past Valdez, calling out Lomachenko. And so this is part 2 to the show yesterday with Mr. D. Plagan. And we have Mr. Antonio Norman, the co-host, is in the building. So check it out. We're going to chop it up, y'all. How you doing today, Mr. Norman?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm just enjoying the break in the weather up here in Dallas. We had some of that snowstorm, that ice, and now we got like 70 degrees, 68, 70 degrees.
That's a big turnaround then.
I know, man. That's what they say in Texas. Just wait 10 minutes and the weather will change. So it's crazy, bro. So what you think about Mr. Brook showing out?
Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Get Khan out of there, man.
Yeah.
Too big, too strong for him.
Yeah, he did that. He got on him. I wondered where all of that expertise and that snap and that pop was when he was with Terrence Crawford. Because I went back and looked at that fight. Matter of fact, I posted it, and Facebook said it was a copyright infringement and wouldn't let me. But look, Crawford hit Brook with a jab like that, and dude fell all the way back to the ropes. He did, man. I was like, okay, you could just see Bud didn't even crank it on him. It was just like that, and he went flying to the ropes, and then Bud started cranking him.
Yeah, I thought he was giving Bud a hard time.
Well, I'm saying at the point he got caught, it didn't look like Bud had nothing on that punch.
Oh yeah, that straight punch he caught him with.
Yeah, it wasn't nothing on it. It was just like a passive. Bud was surprised. You can see he was visibly surprised that this dude just flew all the way up to the ropes. He didn't.
I don't think Brook was expecting that either.
No,
that might have had something to do with it. But I know what you're saying. It don't seem like it was a devastating punch.
Not to get the effect that we got, but we saw. Mm-mm. So you were impressed with Brook?
Yeah,
he looked sharp, man. He looked sharp in training.
Yeah, he looked good. He was once he got in there, he automatically knew that he was way stronger and bigger than Khan. He just walked him down.
Yeah, he did. He walked him down. That's exactly, Norman. That's exactly what he did. So your boy Kell Brook is trying to set up a fight with Eubank Jr. right now. I know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, they talking about setting up a scrap. And Conor Ben is talking about moving up in weight to fight Brook at 150 pounds, catch weight.
Man, Brook got some work coming, huh?
Yeah, he did his thing. I'm saying, I was watching him in training. He looked like he was ready for Errol Spence to me. He looked very sharp. Now, yesterday D was saying, he felt like Khan was going to be a little too fast for him. And, his boxing IQ was going to take over and Brook was just going to be a shell of himself and fall apart. I threw my hands up. I looked at it. I was like, look, I saw the man in training. He didn't look like he was falling apart at all in training.
Nah, Brook too big.
Yeah, he's too big for Khan. Yeah.
And Khan does have some fast hands, man, but man, the speed don't win you to fight all the time if you can't keep somebody off of it.
That's true. That's true. And he couldn't keep Brook off of him at all. Brook was walking through everything that man threw at him.
Yeah, if I were Khan, man, I probably wouldn't fight no more. I'd hang it up.
All right. Well, it looks like Brook is gonna get a few more paydays before it's over. So that rematch clause that they got in place, I don't see no need for that. Do you?
No, I didn't even know they had a rematch.
Yeah, that was unexpected that they would have a rematch clause. They tried to milk that thing, but Khan ain't in no shape.
Nah, man, he's gonna get the same result. That's like him having a rematch clause with Canelo.
Yeah, man,
He'll get the same result, man.
that was stupid. 6 rounds. He couldn't go 6 rounds with Kell Brook. Amazing. So
Man,
what about your boy Canelo Alvarez and all of this drama going around? That boy said ESPN lied on him. He
yeah,
was like, if you don't
I
hear
heard
it from me, don't be talking about, don't be lying to the people. Don't be telling them, who I'm fighting. I haven't signed to fight nobody. That's
what I heard. That's what I heard.
yeah,
I heard ain't nothing finalized yet.
nothing.
So, and I also
So
heard him. I heard him say that fighting Charlo wasn't out of the picture.
right.
So
So we had to backpedal. I mean, all that disinformation that's going around, rumors. There's another rumor on Canelo talking about he popped positive for clenbuterol ahead of the Bivol deal. And you know what? Yesterday we covered it. D and I was talking about, you heard of boxing scene, right?
Yeah.
Somebody hacked him and created a post with Canelo saying that he popped positive for clenbuterol ahead of the Bivol fight. They had an old roided up look of Canelo. We found it, and boxing scene is a credible source. Yeah. So we was thinking, no, ain't nothing wrong. This is a trip. You can't make this up, right? So we posted it. Man, we took it down too. We took that down, man.
That's kind of him getting on there saying that. That's kind of suspect. That's hard to believe.
Yeah.
He didn't even want to admit. He didn't even want to admit to the clenbuterol.
Well, yeah, but that's just wrong, though. I mean, even we get on Canelo. It's not like we don't like the kid. We like him. We just think he be trying to find judges that he can pay off and fixing fights, and we want to see a real star, not some hype fanboy, tainted judge luck, judge payoff. No. And then we're looking at 8.5 years with Jamal Charlo. 8.5 years, 2014. That's when he started calling Canelo out. I couldn't believe that Al Heyman and the gang put up $100 million for a Benavidez and Charlo fight, and Canelo would rather take 85 to fight 40-year-old Triple G, and Bivol, and Bivol ain't made no money in boxing yet, so that dive check is in there. For that's what we were expecting. But Canelo done came out and said, no, they lying on me. I haven't signed anything. It's bogus. Don't even believe it until you hear me say it. That's what Canelo said. So, hey, I'm glad the man stood up for himself.
I mean, if he does wind up fighting Charlo and whoever for the 2-fight deal, I mean, I'm fine with that. But if you ask me honestly, I believe the harder fight is going to be Triple G and Bivol.
For real?
Yeah, that's the harder. I mean,
okay, if it's a fair fight, bro.
This is what I don't understand, though. This is what I don't understand. Okay, Triple G is older.
Yeah.
Triple G is older.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why most people are, kind of count him out as far as a rematch, that the rematch ain't going to be good.
No.
But you gotta honestly ask yourself, what fighter have you seen in there that's actually dominated Triple G?
Dominated or hurt Triple G?
Any fighter can get hurt.
Okay. Oh, all right. I got one for you. Lomachenko. He lost that fight to Lomachenko. And Lomachenko, I put up a video. Did you see that video I put up? Hurting Golovkin to the body?
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, he ran to the other side of the ring when he got hit in the stomach.
I thought that was a pretty close fight.
Yeah, it was close. It was close, but I think he lost the fight. And if you look at his face, I got a picture of his face. I don't try to dog, Triple G out because I think he got robbed in the Canelo deal. But he got that look on his face like he about to be embarrassed. He looked so worried. And they went ahead and gave it to him. That dude was relieved because he lost to Lomachenko. And he knew it.
Even I feel like even if, let's say, Lomachenko should have got that decision in the Triple G fight.
Mm-hmm.
That don't tell me that Triple G is washed up. I can't go that far. You know what I'm saying? I got to see more than that.
Well, think about the talent level of your boy, Canelo. Canelo hitting like a bus, man.
Yeah, but I thought Canelo lost the first fight to Triple G.
He did.
Point wise, I just got to be honest. I thought he lost.
Yeah, he did lose. Everybody, all of them, every Canelo fan knows full well Canelo lost the first fight. But we talked about this.
Triple G should have got the nod.
Yeah, he should.
The second fight could have been a draw. It could have been a draw. It could have went down to a draw.
It should have been.
Yeah. So.
And then it may warrant a third, but Golovkin is 40 years old, man.
My point is there ain't a single middleweight out there that I can say right now that'll run over Triple G. I haven't seen it yet. You got to
just ain't seen it.
Out and do it.
I think one of them. I think Golovkin could get run over by Andre. I know people. See, you ain't no believer. That kid.
It ain't that I ain't a believer that Andre can't fight. It's his style. He's not gonna run Triple G over. He gonna run the whole fight, yes, because Triple G is gonna chase Andrade around the ring for 12 rounds.
Wow.
I think that's the reason a lot of people don't want to fight Andrade. He ain't an exciting fighter, man. Yeah. Now don't get me wrong, he did go in there and rough Quigley up. But who the hell is Quigley? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Triple G. If you want to impress me, man, go in there and run over Jermell Charlo or Triple G or somebody like that. Go run them over.
Right.
His style of fighting. I don't really see him beating somebody like Triple G in a fight. He's gonna box. He's gonna run a majority of the fight.
Andre got levels. I've seen him fight, and I think Triple G has declined enough to where he can't get out of the way of him punching. And I just see him getting lit up.
I think it's an unattractive fight for him.
Oh, it's unattractive. I mean, a lot of people, like Golovkin, you really don't want to see that kid get taken advantage of or just get dogged out. You really don't. He's a good kid. That said, that's probably why they won't put him in there with Andre. Andre got levels, man, that nobody has even brought out of him. A lot of the way that he fights with all that mobility and everything is only because he ain't really training and getting up for these fights. That the competition level that he's been seeing, he ain't getting up for this stuff. He just go in there, win the fight, whatever. And
that's it. He ain't faced nobody.
Yeah, and that's because nobody will get in the ring with him. It ain't no accident that you're a world titleist and ain't nobody challenging you for your belt. Wow. Oh, you a boring fighter is why, man, if he ain't all that, you just take his belt from him and move his butt on out the way.
I say the same thing about Triple G. For the longest, everybody kept saying Triple G hadn't fought nobody. Triple G hasn't fought nobody. Triple G was fighting everybody in his weight division.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in there. He was just beating them all, man.
Yeah,
knocking everybody upside the head.
Yeah, he was. So
that's why I say I'm not gonna count him out. I gotta see you in there with him first. Now I've seen him in there with Canelo, and I think Canelo was a hell of a boxer. Got good power, smart guy, knows how to beat you in the ring. But when he fought Triple G, that was some pressure. Triple G put some pressure on Canelo.
Oh, he did. He dang sure did.
He's gonna put that same pressure on a fighter like Charlo and Andrade. He not gonna box you. That ain't what he in there for. He ain't gonna let you box. And I have no idea how a fighter like Charlo or Andrade is gonna act when they get hit by Triple G, who can hit.
Yeah, he can hit.
He can hit. He might be old. Don't get me wrong. He might be old. That's like saying, you saw how your boy Keith Thurman was when he was in there with a 40-year-old Pacquiao. He didn't think Manny Pacquiao had nothing for him in that ring.
He was coming to get him.
Yeah, he was coming to get him and got, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I'm sure he had a look on his face when his butt hit that canvas. He couldn't believe that. He was like, so this is Manny Pacquiao. I mean, he had that look on his face like, this is Manny Pacquiao. Like, yeah, bro.
Yeah, man, it's different. When you're looking at that fighter from the outside, man,
it's different when you're in the ring with him.
Man, once you step through them ropes, yeah,
it's a whole nother level then. I
see Benavidez turn down the fight.
Who did Benny just turn down? Who?
He turned down. I'll check. Let me change that around. I ain't gonna say Benavidez turned down the fight, but his promoter turned down a fight with Andrade for $7 million.
Stuff. I didn't know that.
It was said it was $7 million, but when they had an interview with Andrade's promoter, he said it was more than $7 million. They offered him. He said, in order for them to take that fight, he said it would be a hard fight. He said, but the problem is, after they took that fight, he says he feels as though it would diminish his fighter because of the type of fight it would be. He says Andrade ain't finna fight Benavidez. He's gonna run the whole fight. So, I mean, I still see that as ducking. I mean, if you're the better fighter, take the fight. Stop worrying about the money all the time.
Benavidez don't want to fight. His team don't want to fight against him, and they made up an excuse.
Yeah, now Benavidez
dude got a world title. He got a world title. That, you see, there's cowardice, and that's all it is. They can start talking about business and we couldn't get the money. That's some punk stuff right there.
I agree with you.
You punked out. I can't even believe that.
Now
Benavidez don't give me the impression that he got no soft spot in him. But
Benavidez did call out Andrade.
He did. He wanted that fight.
He says he wants that fight, and he even said in the video, Eddie Hearns make the fight happen. So I can't really say it's him. I mean,
it's got to be his team. They know Andrade will beat him. I think that's the case. I don't have Benavidez beating Andrade.
I don't really know how that fight will go, man.
You know what? I think he'll get knocked out because he's gonna stay. You know, Benavidez ain't running from nobody.
No, he's gonna walk you down.
He gonna try to come at you. You come at Andre. Andre got real skills. You come at that boy, you gonna walk right into something.
I know he's got my problem with Andrade is I haven't seen him in a real fight. That's my only problem. That's the only reason I can't gauge. He's a good boxer. I think he got movement to be so big.
Yeah, I've been watching him, man. He got reach. He got just as much reach as that's the one thing that Benavidez has. He got that reach on you, and he's got fast hands, so he can pop you, and you ain't got the reach he got. Andrade has the reach he has.
My thing is, how is who gonna react when they get hit? Because somebody's gonna get hit in the fight. I've never seen Andrade take a punch, or at least from nobody legitimate.
Well, they got to do something because he's been holding that WBO belt forever.
Yeah, nobody wants to fight him though.
Yeah, that's what it is. They just keep.
I mean, it ain't exactly because it ain't exactly because he the most feared fighter in boxing. It's just that.
Yeah, they just keep hyping BS around. It's like the same disinformation they just put on Canelo. I think they be putting it on Andrade to try to, that word. Oh, man. The word means they want to degrade his reputation. I can't think of it's on the tip of my tongue, but I cannot think of what it is. But it means that they want to make him seem like he ain't no big deal. Look, nobody can take his belt. You're not taking Andrade's belt. Billy Bad Butt won't get in the ring with Andrade to take his belt. So what does that tell you? That tells you all you need to know. If he was a scrub, somebody would go ahead and get him up out of there. But he's not.
I agree with you on that. If you're a fighter, see, that's the problem with these young fighters, man. If you're a fighter and you feel as though you the best out there, stop worrying about is this guy gonna look excited? How much money they pay? Go in there and beat him. That's
beat him and get the belt, and then you can write your own ticket.
That's how they, man. I don't understand why they don't get it though.
They don't want it. They get it. They don't want that work, bro. They don't want that smoke. That's all that is.
Yeah, because I would like to see them get in the ring together. I'd like to see Andrade and Charlo. Yeah, give me somebody.
Give me something. That's a unification fight that should be happening.
That fight should have happened a long time ago.
There are a lot of people that talk about racial discrimination. But within the Black community, I think that's why Charlo and Andre hadn't gotten it on, because it's a mutual destruction. Somebody's career gonna suffer. You both world titleists right now. You may as well fight everybody else. I think that's their mentality, because fighting each other is going to eliminate another brother from the world title ranking. And I think that's why those two hadn't gotten it on. But I think they're running out of time.
You know what, to be honest with you, man, when it comes to boxing in this generation, I don't really put nothing past. I don't even put nothing past the fighters sometimes, because everything in this era right here is about money.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, it's about it.
There ain't no mutual respect really when it comes to the sport for color. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like, back in the days, man. Everything is about money right now.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. I was listening to somebody earlier, man. They were talking about Jack Johnson back in the day when Jack Johnson fought, right? And because the race barriers was mean back then.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you got Jack Johnson that's got a heavyweight title. And white people hated that, man.
They hated that.
They hated it to the point so much where they wouldn't even let Jack Johnson compete for the other heavyweight titles, not against no white man. Like, nah, that ain't happening. And then at the same time, I heard that when Jack Johnson did wind up getting some of those belts from white fighters, and I heard they paid Jack Johnson good money back then.
Yeah.
He got paid good money to fight those white fighters back then. I heard Jack Johnson wouldn't fight other black heavyweights. So I started thinking, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. So maybe he's doing it because they black. He don't want to, he don't want to put his title up against another black heavyweight. But I was totally wrong. He didn't want to do it because they wouldn't pay him enough money to fight the black fighter.
Oh.
He was making more money fighting the white fighter.
Right.
I mean, man, that money will make fighters do a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah. Like take a dive check.
Hey, I bet you it's been some.
So we don't even know for sure with all this information. We don't know if Canelo rejected PBC's offer. I mean, that could be bogus too. So I'm gonna just err on the side of caution and say, okay, May 7th get here, he's gonna be in the ring with somebody. Yeah,
I mean, because we'll look crazy if we thinking he did that, and the next thing you know, he fighting Charlo.
Yeah. I'd be happy. I'd be real happy.
I mean, I would too, though. I'd be happy.
I'd be real happy because Charlo, them twins are proud. They ain't finna lay down and take no butt whooping. You're gonna have to beat them.
Nah, they ain't. I think they making a mistake as far as I think they should clear out their division first. But I mean, if they want that bag, to me, they want the bag. They want that Canelo bag.
Yeah, they want to hit that.
What you want, go for it.
Man, 8.5 years is a long time to avoid one guy.
I mean, they really didn't have to. They didn't have to. Canelo wasn't really avoiding him though. Canelo is doing his own thing. It's Charlo. Charlo should have been doing more. He should have unified by now and been doing his own thing. Don't wait around for Canelo. You at 160. There's no reason for you to be waiting around for a guy that went to 168, unified 168, and now is on top of the world. What are you waiting on?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You could join him. Unify 160, jump up to 168. That makes you even more of a target.
Because he got to vacate all the titles to get away from
you. Yeah. That bag. They after that bag, man.
That's what they say. And Andre is set to move up to 168 and challenge Canelo for the WBO title.
I'll tell you what. Why don't Andrade move up to 168 and challenge Caleb Plant in order to get a fight with Canelo Alvarez?
You know, as a title eliminator, it makes a whole lot of sense. And I think Sweet Hands would get his sweet ass whooped.
But it would, you know what, though? We would get a chance to see what Andrade is really made of. Because Plant is a good fighter.
Yeah.
We would get a chance to see. And I just don't believe in a fighter coming from 160, moving up to 168, and immediately you get a shot at undisputed. There's no way. You got to earn that. That's like Terrence Crawford jumping in at welterweight, and he jumped in and got that weak-ass WBO belt. I'm sorry, that's just what he did.
Yeah, it was weak as tap water.
But if Errol Spence got 3 belts, you ain't automatically just gonna get no shot. You got to prove yourself, man, in the division. Fight some fighters. Don't just try to automatically jump past number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Yeah, in other words, Crawford, fight boots in it.
Fight somebody. Fight who they want.
Fight somebody. Yeah. Fight somebody. Jesus. Somebody real though. Not no more cakewalk stuff. Don't be moving down in weight to take on the smaller man and act like you a world beater. That's some punk. That's a punk move right there, man.
He beat Porter. Hey, jump in the ring with Thurman. I heard Thurman been calling him out.
Yeah, and that's Thurman. Thurman put it to words perfectly. Thurman said you can go on 100 interviews. You can keep calling people out. None of that matters. Where's my contract?
Fight Thurman. If you beat Thurman, fight Boots. Get some kind of credibility on your resume in order to fight Spence. Because right now, I'm telling you now, if Spence beats Ugas, you ain't getting no bag.
You know what? If Spence, I think Spence is going to stop Ugas.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah, because Spence is the only fighter that'll go up in the pocket with Ugas on the inside and stay there. Round after round, he'll go right in that kitchen. Ugas ain't never had an opponent like that. He ain't never had nobody have the nerve to come up in there like that. But Spence will be in there all day long.
Yeah, he
put his hard hat on and gone up in there like, well, here we go. And I don't think nobody's been hitting Ugas to the body for 12 rounds. So I think he gets Ugas out of there in about seven rounds. He'll be so beat up he won't be worth nothing. And Spence will be walking around with that third belt on him.
I'll tell you what, you go in that fight right there, don't be surprised if you see Ugas going backwards.
He is going back.
Yeah, but
he is absolutely from the round 1 going backwards. Because
Ugas likes to be stationary, man. He's stationary with that high guard.
It's over.
Measure you with that jab, but
it's over.
Stationary is a problem when you fight Spence.
A big one. Yeah, and think about this. You old dogs can learn new tricks, but they can't master them in a short time. So Ugas got to find his toes and get the heck out of the way, because what's coming after him is death. There's nothing short of death. That boy ain't never been beat up before, but he about to get beat up.
I'll tell you what, I was trying to break it down, right, to what I think I'm gonna see. Because I know what I'm gonna see from Arrow.
Right.
I don't believe Arrow is gonna box Ugas. I think he's gonna come in there and
beat his ass.
Because he's stationary.
But
I think Ugas is in the belief that he can keep Arrow off of him with the jab. I think he's thinking his defense is gonna be enough to keep Arrow off.
He won't think it long. He won't think it long, bro.
You know what the excuse a lot of people use with Spence?
What?
Ah, man, Spence ain't no knockout puncher, man. Spence ain't the hardest puncher out of. You know what, you're right, but they looking at the fight wrong, man. That ain't Arrow's purpose. Arrow's purpose ain't to come in there and knock you out with one punch. Arrow is gonna beat you up for 12 rounds. And they say Arrow punches pretty hard. They said the only thing is he don't just head hunch you. They say Arrow punches you hard on the elbow, on the shoulder, on the hip, the chest. He hits you all over constantly. Boy, that can break you down after a while.
That's what he do. He break him down. You remember that dude, Bundu?
Yeah, Bundu.
Yeah, that's what happened to Bundu. Bundu thought he was all right until Arrow kept hitting that boy, and that boy just folded up on the rope.
I remember that fight too. He was an older fighter.
Yeah, he whooped him. He whooped him like he was his father. Yeah, he beat his ass, boy.
Yeah, I believe Mr. Spence about to take that WBA super title.
Oh yeah, it's over. Ugas can kiss that goodbye. And you know, Ugas got a fine girl, man. She's fine. Look, I'm on worldwide TV. That girl is fine. I got to give it to. Got fist bump, Mr. Ugas.
Never seen her. She is the sister.
Yeah, well, Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay.
She fine, dude. I ain't lying. I was like, how Ugas get? Well, you know, he ain't got, you know, his the money Ugas making now in Puerto Rico. He ain't got no competition. So there it is.
Yeah, that ain't, man. He ain't. Cuban fighters are broke as hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the money he got, he gonna have top of the line access. You know?
Definitely.
So it is what it is. Hats off to you though. There, your Dennis. You got it going on, player.
Yes, sir.
So Shakur Stevenson and Valdez are locking up. What is that? April 30th?
Yeah. Yeah, it is the 30th thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, Shakur gonna show out on that boy. This has been a long time coming. You done made this young man hungry as a hostage. He's been waiting and debating for oh so long. And when you get Valdez in there, it's gonna be a clinic. I'm 4 rounds. Valdez won't know what his name is or nothing else. He's gonna get the hell beat out of him.
I think it's gonna be. I still think it's gonna be a good fight, but I think the difference is gonna be just style wise.
Yeah, I think the boxing IQ gonna be off the chart. I'm expecting to see Shakur discipline. He gonna punish this kid. He's gonna punish him.
I'm wondering how he's gonna come out. I'm wondering how Shakur is gonna come out, because I'm wondering how Valdez is gonna come out too. Is Valdez gonna be aggressive when he comes out?
Valdez gonna stand there until he get around the 4th round. He's gonna get his butt whooped and try to get away and run around on the ropes and everything, and then he's gonna get caught, and that's gonna be it. And Shakur will be standing up on the ropes about the middle of round 4. Talking about, I told you. I told you.
I think that fight.
He's gonna beat the hell out of Valdez.
I think it's gonna end in the 9th or 10th round.
Okay, 9th or 10th round.
I think it's gonna end because I think Shakur is gonna break him down.
Oh yeah, he's gonna break him down.
Just like he broke Jamel Herring down. He broke him down. I'm sorry.
He did. He sure
It
did.
started off competitive.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good. Those first couple of first rounds were actually good rounds.
They were.
He was hanging in there.
Mm-hmm.
And slowly but surely, Shakur just started breaking him down.
Mm-hmm.
Start making him miss.
Mm-hmm.
Start making him pay every time he missed by countering him.
Be knocking the hell out of him and then looking at him with that crazy ass little look he got on his face.
Man, Shakur know what kind of skills he got, man. He knows.
Yeah, he do. He do. He's like, you have
yeah.
no idea what I'm gonna hit you with next, do you? And then tear your head off.
Yeah. Now, as far as fighting Lomachenko, though, I tell you what, I'm gonna leave that one alone right now.
You know, you know what? Look, that's the boxing IQ on both sides of that fight is off the chain. So you can't. I think Lomo's edge is if he can start off fast. If he can get out ahead of Shakur and make Shakur respond to what he's doing, then he has a chance to beat Shakur like convincingly. If he can just get around him and just, you know, have a young buck bewildered and whatnot, not knowing what the world's going on, and, you know, he'd be lost in the matrix. But at the same time, if Shakur just be himself and he can see Lomachenko, he may knock him out, bro. You know why? You know why I say that? Remember when your boy Lomachenko got caught a straight right hand
by Linares,
and Linares dropped him on his butt. Now he got up, he just ratcheted up his IQ and took care of Linares. Here's the thing. Linares is an older guy. The reflexes and everything in Shakur are sharp, youthful. If he can catch Lomachenko with one and drop him like that, he'll catch him again.
I think the Linares knockdown was a flash knockdown.
It was, and he couldn't replicate or duplicate that setup that enabled him to land that because Lomachenko ratcheted up his IQ and just started housing him from every angle. He was just everywhere. Linares didn't know where it was coming from, and he was setting it all up for a body shot. You know, that's what put him down, right? A body shot.
Yeah, it was a body shot.
Yeah.
I think Lomo let his guard down a little bit.
He did. He thought he you know, he was admiring his work. That was the wrong thing to do.
My only problem with Shakur is, this is what I'm gonna tell you. This is the reason I'm gonna tell you. I really don't want to see that fight right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather wait.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I'd rather wait till Shakur gets in there with some more fighters, because there's plenty of people for him to fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather him wait to fight Lomachenko, because I believe Lomachenko is familiar with Shakur Stevenson. Shakur was training with Lomachenko, not training as equals.
Mm-hmm.
He was actually training Shakur to be better, to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I believe there's certain things that Lomachenko knows about Shakur Stevenson and probably can take, you know what I'm saying, advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as Shakur knowing Lomachenko, I'm pretty sure he showed him some stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
But until he gets in that ring with him, man, I just think it's going to be a whole different story. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk at no point, but I think somewhere in that fight, you're going to start to see the difference in the levels between them two. Shakur is he's basically an up and coming fighter.
Right.
He's a great fighter, but he's still up and coming.
That's true.
And I think you're going to see the difference in skill level, because that ain't going to be a fight where, I don't think that's really going to be a fight where Lomachenko was worried about Shakur knocking him out, or the other way around. Mm-hmm. I don't think Shakur is going to be worried about Lomachenko knocking him out compared to the Teofimo fight. Teofimo had power. I think Lomachenko's corner, I think they were a little bit leery of that. Him getting hit, caught by something. Teofimo can knock you out. Seen plenty of his knockouts. But fighting Shakur, though, I think that's going to be it's going to be a chess match between them two to see who can hit the other fighter and who's smarter. I think that's what it's gonna come down to. So I want Shakur to wait on that fight, man. Wait a little bit, man. Season yourself. Go up against some other fighters in the division, beat them, and then take on that Lomachenko.
So you think it's just too early?
Yeah, I think it's too early. Not that he's not good.
Right.
I just think it's too early.
I think Team Stevenson is inclined to agree with you.
I'll tell you who I compare that fight to. I compare that fight to Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather.
It was just too soon, wasn't it?
Yeah. Now, all of them, don't get me wrong, all of the Latino community out there, they was all hyped up. Oh, man, Canelo is the next.
He's running. You can run from Canelo.
You look at his record, he was 42-0. People, that's the first thing to flash out to people's eyes. Canelo was 42-0. Canelo was this. Okay, man, go back and look at his resume. He fought Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather is a veteran. Floyd Mayweather been in the ring with champion after champion after champion after champion. Canelo's toughest fights was Austin Trout, Kermit Citron, and Alfonso Gomez. Come on, man. Now you call that a veteran resume? Nah, man, you a little fish in a big pond.
He was a pup. Now I'm gonna say this. There's levels to this. So what Mayweather said is at 23 years old, I had fought 7 world champions.
Yo.
Okay, at 23, and he was knocking them jokers out too. They want to try to claim that age has something to do, and then he washed Canelo at 36 years old.
Yep. But see, most people think Floyd Mayweather was in his prime.
Yeah.
When he was pretty boy.
He was not over the hill.
That's not prime. That's not prime Floyd Mayweather. Yeah,
no, he was over the hill.
Tough fighters back there, but Floyd didn't get seasoned until he got older.
That's true.
That's when Floyd started outthinking you.
Yeah.
He wasn't finna get in there and trade no punches with you. He started outthinking. That's the Floyd Mayweather that's hard to beat.
Yeah. That joker got better with age.
Man, I'm telling you. Yeah.
So y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Put your comments in the comments section. Who else you want to cover? Mr. Antonio Norman.
Man, I tell you what, I'm gonna cover. I tell you who I'm gonna cover because I'm disappointed in him right now.
Okay, who that?
That's Devin Haney.
Devin.
When we got on our show the last time, I had told y'all, man, Devin just needs to keep his mouth shut and take the fight. That's it. That's your opportunity to become undisputed. Take the fight, take what they offer you, and look down the road. If you win that fight against Kambosos, you undisputed. You got all the cards.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to call after that. But nah, that's not what they do. They start complaining about why does the fight have to be held in Australia? When you just said on camera, you'll fight Kambosos on Jupiter, wherever you were saying, man.
Yeah.
They made excuses and came up with so much stuff. They basically pushed themselves out of the fight. Now you got Lomachenko in the other ear while he doing all that. Lomachenko is like, I'll take less money. I'll fight wherever you want to fight at. That is what they should have been doing.
I agree. 100%. 100%. He should have just got his opportunity to become undisputed champion, lightweight champ, and then all the cards is in his corner. Because Kambosos would have had a rematch clause in there.
Yep, exactly.
So you'd have got twice the money, but you can ratchet it up. You the A side once you win. So you can ask for the lion's share of the dough. It's going to be highly anticipated. The way they cheated Manny Pacquiao in Australia, they're going to be looking to do that to Devin Haney. And that's what they're thinking about. They're like, okay, if this is going to be a decision, because Devin hadn't demonstrated his man strength yet, so they don't look at that as like a KO. They look at that going to the scorecards, and they'll pull Alvarez on him on the scorecard.
Definitely. That's what would have happened.
Mm-hmm.
They screwed themselves out of there, man. Just keep your mouth shut. You got an opportunity, take it. Stop
Mm-hmm.
worrying about the money. I don't understand these young kids, man. You ain't even had a big fight yet.
Yeah.
I'm worried about the money.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you got Lomachenko finna go up against Kambosos, which I'm gonna tell you, I think Lomachenko gonna run him over. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna run him over.
It's a clinic.
And on top of that, they're gonna have a rematch.
Yeah, it'll be a rematch clause in there, and it's gonna be 2 clinics.
Yep.
It's 2
It'll be
clinics.
2 clinics.
Yeah, and it's sad because Lomo gonna beat him one way the first time and beat him a whole nother way the second time. He probably stopped him the second time.
Could be. That's a good prediction. And I'm gonna keep that you said that because he might drag him out the first fight, beat him up real bad. When they fight again, he might knock him out.
That's what
You
I'm
don't never
saying.
know.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm like, he gonna beat him one way the first time, but that second time, he's gonna beat him a whole nother way. So I'm looking maybe not the stoppage in the first fight, even though it wouldn't surprise me if he did it.
It wouldn't surprise me either.
But that next one ain't going the distance. I know that absolutely.
Yeah, they messed up, man.
Yeah.
I was disappointed at that because that was his opportunity. And people need to get that thought out of his mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Devin Haney deserves a fight with Kambosos because of the way they did him with the
that pride belt.
That franchise title is garbage. It ain't nothing, man. People don't seem to understand that. They already elevated Lomachenko to super champ. That means that regular title ain't jack. It don't mean that's like saying Errol Spence would fight Ugas for the regular WBA.
Yeah.
Errol Spence don't care about that regular title. He wants that WBA super title. That is that belt you basically need to be undisputed. So now that Haney is stuck with a title
that don't really mean a thing.
And he didn't fight nobody to get it.
No,
that makes it even worse.
That makes it even worse. That's what Tiafimo kept crowing about. They're like, well, who did he beat to get the title he got?
Exactly.
Real dig.
You're a champion, but you didn't fight nobody.
Now it ain't, Devin.
It is what it is. We're gonna get some good fight.
Yeah. Devin needs to be treated fairly though. They messed over that man big time.
But you know what? This is the problem. See, this is where the problem lies with him and his team now. And now that I think they know they screwed up because now they trying to agree to everything. We'll do this, we'll do that. And you kind of done messed it up. You had that opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
So now, instead of you going in there and maybe beating Kambosos, there's a chance he could have beat Kambosos.
I think he would have beat Kambosos.
Yeah, there's definitely a chance. There's definitely a chance. I mean, I think if Kambosos ever connects, we're gonna find out what kind of chin he has.
That's true. That's true. Because Kambosos can punch and he can fight. So I ain't saying it'll be a cakewalk. I just don't think he can deal with the talent level. Styles make fights. So
that's true. I can see Haney outboxing him for 2 rounds.
Just schooling him.
But now you got Lomachenko. And for the record books, I'm gonna say this. I believe after Lomachenko goes in there, and if he takes care of business with Kambosos, I believe he's gonna give Haney the next fight.
Oh yeah, he will totally do that.
I believe he's gonna give Haney the next fight. But see, that's the problem though. Haney could have had a mega payday against Kambosos for 2 fights, then turned around and fought Lomachenko for another bag. That'd been 3 bags.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna wind up fighting Lomachenko when Lomachenko get them belts back, and he ain't giving them belts up.
He ain't giving them up. So it wouldn't behoove Haney, in my opinion, to run up on Lomachenko like that. I don't think he should do that. I think they should let Tank run up on Lomachenko.
I've been waiting on that fight, man, but
yeah.
think they bringing Tank up slowly.
Yeah, they are. They are, and they should. I think Lomo, because he could stay away from Tank. I mean, you know what I mean? He could outbox him and just stay out of range and make that fight look easy because he knows what Tank is trying to do, close the distance and pop it. So he just don't give it to him. Just take him to school. I mean, Leo Santa Cruz was schooling. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Shit, he was nullifying Teofimo from 7 to 10.
Yeah.
The smaller fighter dominating the bigger fighter on the inside.
On the inside, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. That was
They waiting to the right time. Tank and his team waiting to the right time. I heard they called Lomo out though.
Yeah, I think recently they did.
I don't know if they want that smoke right now. I don't think Lomachenko gonna let nobody stop him from being undisputed again.
Yeah, they think they want
his lesson on that one.
Right. So y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon and get your notifications on. Leave your comments in the comments section. You got RBK's Finest is in the building. Check out, show them your shirt again. Yes, that is D. Clagan's design. D has a printing company. And that's our official logo, official t-shirt. Y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the bell icon. You get your notifications, leave your comments in the comments section. If you get sick, go to flujack.com. That's FLU-JACK.com. And it'll wipe that. Whatever you got going on will be gone in 1 to 3 days. Okay, that's real. If y'all have any comments you want to leave about the coverage and whatnot that we've been talking about, make sure you put those in the comment section. We respond to all of the comments in the comment section. And until then, you got anything else, Mr. D, Mr. Antonio Norman?
Nah, about the only other fight I could think of that I'm looking forward to really seeing is the Monster Inoue and Nonito Donaire. That second fight, that first fight.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hot fight right there. Who you think winning that?
Man, I like Nonito, man. I like it. Nonito can fight, man, but I just believe that little bitty dude, man, the Monster.
He's something else, ain't he?
That is a tough dude.
That dude ain't taking no butt whooping. You just you gonna have to kill him. He ain't taking no butt whooping. Man. Man.
Oh man.
All right, Mr. Norman, we're gonna shut it down.
All right.
All right, Mr. Norman. This is RBK, Real Boxing Knowledge 2, signing out. Peace.